You know, I'm flipping through TikTok here on my lunch break, and every 3 or 4 videos I see it's someone talking about how they're living in their car, how they work full-time, they have a full-time job, but they live in their car. There are millions of Americans that are dealing with the same thing.
Why is everyone struggling right now? Like, I'm looking around at people who have degrees, work experience, and still can't get hired, and the people that are working are barely getting by. So it's not like people aren't trying. So why does it feel like nothing is working anymore?
You're not struggling because you're poor. You're struggling because you live in the USA. You're struggling because prices have gone up tremendously, but the wages haven't.
There's so much that's going on, you can't even imagine. And there's so much that's about to happen, we're not even prepared for this. So in this video, I'm about to explain to you that the cost of living in America is becoming unaffordable. And a lot of Americans feel this way. I'm about to show you a lot of things that you never thought that'll be going on. It's going on. A lot of Americans are living in cars now just because they can't afford housing. And the cost of living is getting out of hand. Let me show you.
America has become completely unaffordable, and I don't know why more people are not talking about this. Half of America doesn't even have a savings, rent is insane, healthcare is a luxury, and somehow the narrative is still people are just bad with money. Like, what money? People are working full-time. Most people have 2 to 3 jobs anymore because you have to. At what point do we stop blaming the people and just accept the fact that the cost of living has simply just outpaced reality? Because everything is this expensive, you have to know exactly where all of your money is going anymore. Like, a budget is just simply a necessity. You have to have one. Started using a budgeting app like mine to figure out where all of my money is going, but it does not make up for the fact that America is too expensive to live in anymore. If you're struggling, you are not alone.
After watching this video, she has a point. Americans are starting to feel like America has become unaffordable. That's why it's a lot of people working 2 and 3 jobs. A lot of people are doing Lyft on the side, gig work, anything you can think of, they're trying to do it. A lot of people are being content creators. And like she's saying, a lot of people, they're not making that same excuse anymore. It's just that people are just bad with money. Like she was saying, what money? If the cost of living is just going up and a lot of Americans can't afford it, everything is just gone through the roof. No matter how much money you save, it's still got to come out. And once you spend it, it's going to go out even more because the prices are not the same anymore. Yesterday's price is not today's price. I've been saying this for so long. And a lot of things is about to happen. There's going to be a lot of layoffs happening, a lot of things happening. Wait till summertime get here. And we're just in spring. Oracle fired a lot of people. A lot of things are happening as we speak. Gas prices still going up. So she really does have a point. And she's just speaking how a lot of people feel. A lot of people don't want to say it, but she's speaking it. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Do y'all feel like America is going to be better in the next couple of years, or it's going to get worse? I think it's going to get worse. Like I was saying previously, I think if it ain't better in the next 5 years, we're just going to be doomed. Some people are saying this before then. When do you think America is going to get better, just in living-wise, financial-wise? Do you think it's ever going to pick up? Is it ever going to change? I want to know that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
This economy is some bullshit. And I know it's some bullshit because I remember when I was in high school, I took a personal finance class. And one of our assignments was we had to find a career we wanted, right? We had to go on Indeed or a job website and find like a wage, a salary, whatever for that job, right? Then with that salary, we had to find a house that we could afford and a car that we could afford, right? I don't remember what career, whatever that I picked, but I know it was around making like $80-some thousand a year. I was able to have that career, have a nice car and a nice house and still be chilling. I don't think people understand how out of out of hand the cost of living is. For a long time, a brand new car was gonna run you between 20 to 25 stacks. Them luxury BMWs, Mercedes, whatever, that'll run you about 30. You know what I'm saying? Them nice Altimas, Camrys, and all this and all that. Brand new, them things used to be about 15 or 18 stacks. Nice ass apartments. They gonna run you about $800 or $900. A regular, schmegular apartment, maybe about $600-700. You living in the hood, it was probably about $400 a month. You know, everything made sense. Now, especially with the apartments, it's either I want to get taxed for some bullshit or I want to live in the hood. There's like no in between anymore. The housing market is crazy. Used cars, the price that people be trying to sell these used cars for, is, if you want a decent price for a used car, it's gonna have over 100,000 miles on it.
I'm gonna keep it a whole beam with y'all right now. I don't know how a lot of y'all surviving. Like, the cost of everything right now, I really feel bad for the younger generation, because I can remember I could survive off $120 from one Friday all the way to the next Friday. Literally, I made that shit work. Don't ask me how I did that shit, but I did that shit. The cost of shit now, the people we got in that are sitting in Washington, D.C., they gonna have y'all in a situation to where it ain't gonna be no catching up. It ain't gonna be, all right, you even if this shit gets back to normal, just say it even gets back to normal, when it gets back to normal, the cost of everything is gonna be so much more high to where even at that stage, you still won't be able to afford a house, a car, just the basic shit that you should be able to accept or be able to have. And then, like, I get why people are leaving the U.S. I get why American citizens are leaving the U.S. because it is a lot cheaper to go elsewhere and to have an actual life. That should not be, it should not be an option just to have the basics, to have a car, to have a job, to have a house, to be able to afford an apartment. These are the basic fundamental shit that America really was built on, the American dream. But right now, man, I don't know what this is, because it ain't no dream. It ain't no dream, it's a struggle. So I really feel bad for like the younger generation, because it's like you're not giving them a chance to like at least have like a decent living life. Just a decent living life. So like, I don't know, man. Y'all let me put in the comments, like, how are y'all surviving? Because I'll be honest with you, I have a job and I have it pays very well, but I don't know how the younger people are surviving. I just don't. Unless like you living with your parents, and a lot of young folks, they don't want to live with their parents, and I get it. But I really want to know, just in the comments, like, how are y'all surviving? Because like, I am very much intrigued. Like, I thought the Bush time was crazy, because I came out of college then with the Great Recession, and that shit was tough. It took me like 8 months to find a job. But this shit right here, where I'm seeing people a year, 2 years to find a fucking job, and even getting the climb from like a part-time jobs that are like overqualified for that shit. I really want to know, how are y'all surviving? Real spill. Like, I just want to know. I don't know. I just don't know how people are surviving right now.
Do y'all know that the average American doesn't have any money left over, if but maybe $200 or $300 left after they get paid every 2 weeks or every month? Did y'all know that? I'm sorry, but that I literally feel like drive me to voluntary homelessness. I would volunteer to be homeless. There's no way they'd have me out here working for anybody and I can't live life after I pay bills. Y'all can have these bills back. Take the car, take the crib. You can have it. Listen, I'm going to be homeless on the streets before I dare. Because, see, the way I'm set up, my Father which art in heaven would never have that be my portion. That's not my portion. There's no way that paying bills and not having any money left over to really exist, that's not my portion. That's not my portion. And I feel like if that doesn't motivate you and inspire you to get out here and go make some money, make more money. See, the problem with us nowadays is not that we don't know how to make money. It's just that we need to make more money. Find ways to make more money. Stop making excuses. You need to be trying to be the president of the United States before you stop trying to find a new job. Listen, if you got to switch jobs every single 2 weeks, then that's what you gotta do. May the best salary win. Thank you.
You know, I'm flipping through TikTok here on my lunch break, and every 3 or 4 videos I see it's someone talking about how they're living in their car, how they work full-time, they have a full-time job, but they live in their car. There are millions of Americans that are dealing with the same thing, okay? It's not people here or there. You know people that are living in their car, you just don't know it. People that aren't bad people, people that aren't making mistakes or doing the wrong thing, people that just can't afford life anymore. Not because of bad decisions they made, but because the prices have just got so high, people can't afford it. People don't have the money to buy groceries and pay rent the same week. Car payments are as much as mortgage payments. If you want to go buy a week's worth of groceries, you're going to spend $600, $700. Nobody can afford that. My power bill is almost $500. My house isn't even 1,000 square feet. What do we do? The prices are just going up and up and up and up and up and up, and no relief for anybody in any way, shape, form, or fashion. America has become unaffordable for Americans. Our government is spending all of our money on a war that we didn't ask for and don't need. Our president does not care about the little people. He cares about his friends in Israel. It's not going to get better until we say no more.
Now, after watching this one, she really had a point. Now, this one was interesting. She like, you can have a car, you can have everything. I don't supposed to be this broke after my bills are paid. I can feel her on that one. Like, it's like once you get your paycheck, you do have a couple $100 left over. And then you got to make it to the next couple of weeks. And then like how she's saying, it's like, we got to stop making excuses and make some more money. But let me ask y'all this. Is it that simple? Do y'all feel like it's easy to just get out there and make more money, or it takes time? But most of us don't have the time. That's the crazy part. That's the fascinating part. You spend all your hours working just to be broke. You can't afford nothing because your pay is not going up. Everything is going up except for your pay. And she said, I would volunteer to be homeless. You know it's outrageous when she say that. Because she got a point though. She like, I volunteer. You can have all this back. If this is what life is about, a lot of people is just tired of just dealing with not being able to afford nothing with life. And they're doing everything right. Just like the previous video was saying, a lot of people are not bad people. It's people that you would never know that's living in a car and being homeless, and they won't even tell you. They go to work just smiling, but deep down inside, they're sad. They don't want everybody to have pity and sympathy for them. They trying to be strong every day, and there's so much that they're going through in their life. And then here come their boss talking about they ain't do their job right. So a lot of people are just cussing out their bosses. And I know it's harsh. And a lot of people are fed up. That's probably why a lot of people are doing TikToks while they on a job. They bored. Their life is miserable. And they got to deal with this every day, 5 days a week. That gets to you. And then like she said, she turned it around at the end. Like, that was a shocking ending though. Because the beginning was like, it was ruthless. Like, she was spitting some facts on there. But that end, she like, stop making excuses. We got to get our own money. They ask me that all the time. Like, what's the solution? In reality, it's like, we really don't have a solution. If we give you a solution, would you take that advice anyway? Or are you going to be too emotional to take that advice? And then what might work for this person might not work for that person. I don't know. But do you really think it's a solution out there? I don't know. So let me know how y'all feel about this situation. America has become unaffordable. Let me know, do y'all really feel like people are just spending their money too fast? Or do you really feel like people are just living above their means and people are really making excuses. Let me know how y'all feel about this situation. Because after seeing that, my take on the situation is that they're right. You barely get raises. When you first got the job, they was telling you that you was going to get a raise. And then if you did get a raise, you really can't tell the difference. So she has some strong points in this situation. It's becoming unaffordable. And people are just going out of control. And gas is just becoming too expensive. It's really not complaining. It's the truth. When did the truth become complaining? So that's my take on this situation. Let me know how y'all feel. And they've been telling us it's going to change for so long. But when is the change going to come?
I'm an American. I pay $1,600 for a flat that has no bedroom. That's 2/3 of my income. I'm an American. I work 50 hours a week. I don't have health insurance. I'm an American. I couldn't afford to have a child even if I wanted to. I'm $7,000 in debt. I'm an American. My health is declining because I can't afford Whole Foods because that's too expensive for my life. I am very overqualified for my job, but no one else is hiring. I'm an American. I make my boss hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, while I can barely keep myself alive. I'm an American. I have never been out of the States. I have never been on a vacation. I'm an American. I make $20-some an hour. A livable wage here is like 30-some. Yet I don't qualify for government assistance whatsoever. On the days I don't work, I'm so tired I just sleep all day. I'm an American. My electric bill is so expensive I sit outside in the heat because I can't afford to turn the AC on in the damn house. I'm an American, and I fear I'm just an average American. I'm living the American dream.
The American dream, huh? Now this is sad. She said she pays $1,600 in rent and don't even have a bedroom. She can't afford nothing. She too overqualified to get a good job, so she got to get in where she fit in. So this is the American dream. And a lot of Americans are starting to feel like this. They starting to feel like, what have they gotten themselves into? But they really didn't. It's like they're doing this by default. They don't have a choice. So that's why a lot of people are just venting their feelings out. And they are not wrong for venting their feelings out, but they just want to explain to you that it's really becoming unaffordable. Like she said, she can't even afford to even eat healthy. She can't afford it. And a lot of people really can't afford it. And that's the fascinating part. It's like you keep wishing and hoping that things will get better, but as time goes on, it seems like things are not changing. The economy is just collapsing. Gas prices are so high. And a lot of people are starting to feel that. A lot of people do drive. Some people say they can't afford to drive anymore. A lot of people say they're going to catch the bus now. So things are changing people's minds out here. So let me know what's the most craziest things that y'all seen due to the economy collapsing. And it's really getting strange out here. We don't know what's about to happen next. We don't. It's like, it's a surprise every day. And then after watching that video, it's like she don't even have any emotion anymore. It's like she's numb to the pain. She's not even frowning. She's not smiling. She's not doing nothing. It's like she don't have time to get happy or frown no more. That's just how she's going to express herself. And I feel her pain. I feel where she's coming from. She just has the courage to speak it. A lot of people feel that way. Something is going on. And we all know it.
I got a couple questions. I need some answers. Can y'all tell me why the fuck is we doing all this? Like, who the fuck is we paying? Is we paying the planet to live here? Why do everything cost money? Why do we have to pay bills? Who the fuck are we paying? We go to work, they pay us. Then we take the money they paid us and pay somebody else that money. We work our ass off for the money to get the money to somebody else. Why the fuck do we owe the planet so much? And why do you gotta pay till you die? Like, damn. This shit is confusing to me. So I was born. And then as soon as I got to of age, I owed the planet? Like, who owns the planet? Why do I owe you? I'm just confused.